Hello, welcome to Gloria's Gab Live. I am so excited today because we have got a curveball today, and I have Michael Miller as my
I forced
guest.
my way onto the set.
He forced his way onto the set. We are going to have so much fun. We've got so many things we want to tell you about. Before we start, I want to thank my show sponsors, Braha Medical Institute, a Quigley eye specialist company. They do everything from optometry to ophthalmology. They do the saggy eyes, so they have Dr. Braha is like great at that surgery. And South Florida PBS. South Florida PBS has an exciting show coming up on allhealthtv.com. They're having Dr. Anthony Fauci and several other medical experts on to talk about COVID and the different variants. So it'll be a really interesting show, and you can go on and ask questions. And it's August 18th and 7 p.m. So
and where can they get that?
At South Florida PBS at all. Okay, hold on. I need to ask that.
She's got her glasses on, folks.
Yeah, right, because it's allhealthtv.com. So just go to at allhealthtv.com. You can ask questions, and then during the show, they'll read out questions, and you'll get your questions answered.
I'm sure they're also going to be streaming on Facebook.
Probably.
Yes, that's what they do. And
That's what they do. Okay, yeah. So that'll be a fun show.
Yes.
So we have so many things going on, don't we? These video podcasts are just so much fun to do.
By the way, we have our class divider back. It may not look that's glass, but it's hello. So
and we're wearing masks all the time now. So we were just talking about how many people are hospitalized that actually have had COVID, which is kind of scary, and in the hospital.
Yes.
So while we are protected somewhat, we still, have to be very careful, especially when you've got people with compromised immune systems. So
you've had your shots. I've had my shots. Tommy, who's over there.
Everybody in our place has had their shots, haven't they?
Yep.
So so we've been really lucky. But we have a lot of Michael is such a creative person. He's always coming up with these great things we can do. And by the way, next week I have Coral Gables Community Foundation. I have Mary Snow coming on, and they're doing a lot of great things in our community. And then I've got the fellow who was supposed to be here today, Anthony Vidal, is the founder of the Miami Classical Music Festival. They're going to have performances at the Wartown Theater at FIU's campus, and but he's going to be on later in the month.
Okay. And also, before we get on to the onto you,
what do you have coming
on Thursday? Dr. Marta Perez, who is a school board member, her guest this week is David Armstrong, who is the St. Thomas University president. Again, that's Thursday at 10 o'clock on Facebook buying these community newspapers. So let's talk about you, Gloria.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Coral Gables Women's Club fundraising nonstop despite storms, vacations, and COVID. So tell us about the Coral Gables Women's Club and some of the.
Well, you know what? I belong to a lot of nonprofits.
Yes.
So the Rotary Club, the Coral Gables Women's Club, all of the general federations of women's clubs, everybody has, all during COVID, we nonstop. We were busy all the time. We did Zoom meetings at least twice a month, but then we did committee kind of things on Zoom and with actual telephone. But when we went to, like at the end of the year, kind of do reports on what we had done, we had no clue. We probably did more than we had done the previous year because nobody was working. It's not like we were working, but work had slowed down. So people had just a little more free time. So they were doing things. And you've got...
How long have you been involved with nonprofits and charities?
I moved here in Miami. I moved here finally in '79. And
you ready for this, folks? And when did we meet?
Probably just a little after that. I used to come in, and because
how old is the daughter that when you brought her over here you were holding her? How old is she now?
Oh, like she would like me to tell you that.
Yes. Oh,
She's in her 40s.
okay, there you go. All right.
Yeah. So we go way back. Yeah. I knew your dad. I used to go and beg for, can you get this article in the paper for the Junior Orange Bowl or for the Coral Gables Women's
And you'd
Club?
hold up the baby. The baby would love it if you do that. Okay, let's talk about something that's really very cool. Tommy, maybe you can pull it up at communitynewspapers.com and go on to videos. And also while he does that, folks, this right here is a QR code, which stands for Quick Response, which is a barcode on steroids. If you take a shot of this, it's going to take you right where Tommy's about to go, which is on our website at communitynewspapers.com. Oh, there it is, communitynewspapers.com.
Cool.
All right, and you look for videos on the navigation bar, and you will get a list of a lot of the videos we do. Can we go to the Gloria's in there somewhere? Gloria's Gab, where are you, Gloria?
I don't know. I'm way down.
There, so somebody could go.
Oh, look at.
Oh, there is the president of Florida Memorial. Hey, hello there. Thanks for joining us. All right, so
we have a green room, folks.
All right, so all of Gloria's videos that she's done there, as well as a lot of our other videos.
A lot of people doing a lot of good work in our community.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, thanks to community newspapers, I'm allowed to do a lot of good things for the community. So I so appreciate, even before I started working here, you guys were always there for me. And so, you know, I love you. And working here is such, it's a dream job because I get to help people in our community and businesses. And I think we all feel that way.
And most recently, thank you. Most recently, we have our morning chats between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. She sits down and we chat about.
Oh, you had to change your guest? I go, yeah. And they go, oh, you've got the boss? I go, yeah, we BS all the time. Doesn't matter.
And by the way, we have lots of other QR codes. This one is for Twitter.
These QR codes work best, aren't they?
Somebody, you could go here. Hey, Tommy, could you knock on the door for Grant, the window for Grant over there?
Oh.
So, guess what? We're switching off. So Twitter, you can go to Twitter right there. Pretty nifty stuff. All right. YouTube.
Look at you got all our URL codes.
YouTube. All right. Yeah. All this, you're going to start seeing this all over the place. Okay. Here's our Facebook. So when you see these, you're going to be able to click on these, or actually just go to on your iPhone. And all you have to do is open up your photo and look at it, and then the website, and then it's going to pop up. This is for our website again. We have Instagram.
Hey, we should start putting those in our business cards too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, this is one for the community newspapers videos.
That's a good tip for our
I'll tell you, that's one of the great things that happened out of all the things that happened with the pandemic, is that QR codes, which were essentially been around for almost 20 years, were non-existent.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's everywhere. That's one of the great things that occurred about how to communicate with people.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you went to a restaurant, initially you had to, do the URL codes to get your menu. And I was laughing because my daughter said the first time they went out, because they didn't go out forever. And when they finally did go out, first time they went out, they saw this, they go, well, what's the deal here? Nobody's giving us a menu.
I do want to do a plug for the Miami Herald. I got to tell you that they really come around a lot recently. They did the great stuff on Surfside. They were there every day.
I know.
And the report they came out with yesterday's and Sunday Herald yesterday was really tremendous.
Wasn't it?
And they looked back and they were able to show where a lot of the columns and part of the buildings weren't built according, apparently. That's what they're alleging, according to the code that they should have been. Also, they did the story on Epstein, the finance guy who ultimately killed himself. It was the Miami Herald reporter, forgive me, I forgot her name, and that team that put it together. The victims of that just shared over $100 million, all right?
Yeah.
And there's more to come, apparently.
There's more to come,
right?
Yeah.
And then the Panama Papers about 3 or 4 years ago, they really do a tremendous job on COVID. They're covering the things that most people are uncomfortable reading, but you need to read stuff, all right? And you get a wide range of your stories. And my hat's off to them. And
I was kind of missing that.
The new editor,
for a while.
All right, doing a great job over there.
Yeah, but I've noticed, because I still get the Herald, I noticed that the content is getting better.
Yes.
and I read more.
People somehow
More than just the crossword puzzle.
Yes. People sometimes forget that one of the functions of the major daily paper is to be the watchdog. Right?
Absolutely.
And clearly, when they do their job, all right, the good guys win. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not doing their job, the bad guys win. That's just the way that it is. When I was about this big, my father would say, listen, if whatever you do, that if it doesn't pass the Herald sniff test, don't do it. And, so here I am 50 years later going, if it was, and the big concept, which is if it became public with what you are doing, all right?
Yeah.
If
yeah, that's so true.
Okay.
What is it? I can't read that far
Hey,
away.
George, how are you? Good morning. Hey, George, we want you to come on the show, man. You're a top fan. We want you to come on. And when you come up, we're going to have lunch before. And you're going to, it'll be Tommy and maybe David and Winker. Forget Singer, all right? Well, let's talk about Gloria, all right?
No, let's talk about Michael.
No, Gloria. So let's talk about some of the things that are happening in your world now.
Oh, in my world, things are starting to open up. We're hoping we've done our Gringo Bingo, and we try to do it again. This COVID stuff just kind of popped up in the last week, but we're doing monthly Gringo Bingos at the Coral Gables Women's Club. And then they're doing their regular things. They're going to have a Halloween party. All the other, the Coconut Grove Women's Club, the Miami Women's Club. Actually, the Miami Women's Club is about, hopefully, pretty soon going to get into their building. So, they completely renovated that beautiful old building. And so they're going to open up and be able to start doing things in their building and rent it out. We're renting out ours. We've got 11 rentals for November alone. So people are starting, all the brides that couldn't book their weddings. So all those places that were venues are starting to fill up.
And we know that the pandemic is sort of being exacerbated right now, but we are all hopeful, all right?
Yeah.
That every day, every week, it's going to get a little bit better, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't end the world. Just be careful of where you go and how you do it, who you're exposed to. I know people that are out and about that don't get it. I know people that are not doing anything that are getting it. You got to get vaccinated, all right? That's my take on it, all right? Everybody I know, all right, go get vaccinated. Some people say, oh, well, you might get it anyway. Yeah, that's true. But the symptoms are going to be
tiny. You may not
tiny,
die, though.
All right, right. And I think that's what's important here.
Yeah, you think?
And big picture stuff, 14,000 people are in the hospitals right now in the state of Florida. That is taxing the system. And those heroes that are there, they are so exhausted, all right, that are working there from the front door all the way through, not just the doctors and nurses, the respiratory therapists. How about the people that are providing food and the front receptionists and the people within that whole medical arena? It's really taxing, and we owe a debt of gratitude for them. To
Absolutely. Them. When you go by the hospitals and you say heroes work here, it's true. They do. But look at the police officers, the firemen, they're all exposed to that too. So,
yes. Good point. And so for the folks that are not in that arena, all right, obviously be careful. School's starting. I think a private school out in I saw it out in Horse Country was already open. Broward is opening in a few days. The Dade County in the next few days. Remember, traffic is going to increase 10 to 15%. So allow time for that.
Yeah.
Right? And anyway, so tell us about you.
Tell us about me. Okay, so my Rotary Club, as you know, because it's been on the show, having a chili cook-off, and we're hoping that nothing happens, and we're going to be able to have it Halloween. It's going to be fun, and the Miami's community newspapers will be there with our. What is
that? Was your phone?
Black and white and red.
Oh wait! Look who's here!
Oh, look who's here!
Miller is in the house. All right, so great.
Okay,
Gloria, always a pleasure.
Okay. Because he's going to a sales meeting.
Hey, Michael, okay. I guess I'm running the sales meeting.
Yes, that too. Going back, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He has some. Seriously?
We're a little busy here today. We have Florida Memorial President in the house.
I know.
And it's very exciting. The Lions, they're playing their first game in 2 weeks in Jacksonville.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, that's their first season.
I'm in a football pool. Are you?
I'm not in their pool. All right. So Gloria and I, we got a few minutes. Gloria and I spent
Yeah.
Thursday
Where
night
were
together.
we? Where were we? Oh,
Thank you.
oh my gosh, yeah. We had
Steve. How old is Steve now?
I don't know. I never asked him.
Oh, it was quite an event. But I hear the new chef. They have a new chef there at Klutzberger. Did you know?
Did Jared go to work? Oh,
Tommy.
yes. Oh, I forgot Tommy.
Tommy's the real
it
chef.
Turns out Tommy, our producer, can cook. Yeah. I
Imagine
know.
that. Tommy, the chef. So their burgers, I sent somebody there to get their burger, and they're blown away. I read that some national publication ranked some burger place in Wynwood the best burger in town. I want to make it perfectly clear.
That's not true.
It's not true. The best burgers in Dade County is owned and run by Mr. Clutch.
Yes.
Not Reggie Jackson. Not Michael Jordan.
It's true.
By Stephen Bradley. Great burgers.
No, absolutely. And and his show with Jared Case.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Right.
Tomorrow morning, 9:00.
Is it tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning. Tuesday mornings, 9:00.
Is it, Tommy?
Show,
it's not on the schedule. Can you put that in the schedule?
Your shows with Mark Trowbridge.
Right.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I don't have time to watch all our shows because, I could be doing that all day.
Yeah. All right. So any man can cook when they're hungry. Yes, George, that's absolutely correct.
What's that?
George,
they're reading chats. They're reading.
Okay. So, Gloria, what else in nonprofit world's going on?
Oh my gosh. The Alzheimer's Foundation is having their walk in November. There's all kind of walks. The Arthritis Foundation, the Diabetes, everybody is starting to gear up and start doing their things again. But, we're going to have to be very cautious, and everybody's going to have to, even outside, if you're doing a walk, probably be a good idea to go ahead and wear your mask.
Yeah, today I listened to a lawsuit. George Madison University teacher is suing the college, saying he has to get his vaccine. He says, I don't need to get my vaccine. I already had the virus.
That's not true.
No, it's true that he's suing.
Oh.
He's suing the school saying, why do I need to get my vaccine shot? I already got the virus, and there's scientific proof that it's as good as the shot. But even though you had the shot, you can still get the virus, even though you had
the variant.
Correct.
Even though you can pass the variant, right?
Well, I don't know, but it's.
This is why we all need to watch Doctor
Who?
No, allhealthtv.com on South Florida PBS, the Health Channel. They're going to have Dr. Fauci on with another big panel of experts from all over the United States. And you're going to be able to ask questions about the new variants for COVID.
It's scary. And we're going to find out in 20 years from now that DNA, certain people got it because of certain reason, and some people didn't get it because of their DNA. But we won't know for 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's scary, but we all have to continue living forward and moving forward every day.
Yeah. So
what's up with the Gables Women's Club?
Well, I was telling Michael we have a Halloween party coming up, but we're starting to meet on the first and third Wednesday of every month.
Where do you meet?
We meet at the Women's Club. They have
Where's that?
Cora Gables Women's Club is at 1009 East Ponce de Leon Boulevard. It's between 1001 and 109.
It is a funny area, Cora Gables, but it's probably the old Cora Gables because it's in the northeast corner, right?
You're right. The northeast corner, right by Douglas Center.
Right.
And beautiful historic building. We're having our 40-year inspection. So we were talking about buildings and their 40-year inspections. Our 40-year inspection cost a lot of money.
Well, I had my 40 inspection 24 years ago. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about something more interesting. Not nonprofit. What's the Gators look like this year?
Well, now we're talking. Okay.
Your father was a Gator, bull gator. A bull
and so
gator.
was Christina. He passed it down to Christina when he got too old to go to the games.
Wow.
She took over his Bull Gator membership. So we had two generations of.
But you're not following the Gators.
No, I am. It's just I haven't had a chance this summer to read. And you know what? I don't get enough. Okay, Miami Herald, if you're listening, sports guys, you need to write more about the Gators because I'm not getting enough Gator news. I'm getting.
Miami Herald, meaning University of Miami.
Yeah, exactly. She gets a little confused. Let's talk about Cora Gables Rotary Club. What's up with that?
Oh my gosh. Well, we're meeting the second and fourth Thursday of every month now at the Hyatt in person. But then we're doing the hybrids too. So you can either go to the meeting or not. And then the first and third, where it's only Zoom. But we get great speakers. And one of the great things about the Zoom meetings that all the nonprofits are having, and Profit Inc., we're members of Profit Inc., they can get speakers from all over the United States that when you're doing Zoom. So, and I know that's how South Florida PBS is doing their wonderful COVID updates.
The PBS does a great job for our community.
Yeah, no, they're amazing.
And they cover from the Keys to where?
This one is West Palm Beach at the Keys,
So
but they're really all over. Anybody can stream it. So and they have so many good things.
all right, let's close it out by your Gringo Bingo.
Oh, Gringo Bingo, first Tuesday of every month at Clutch Burger. So
Where's Clutch Burger?
Clutch Burger is at 146 Geralda Avenue in Coral Gables on the beautiful plaza. And shout out to Threefold Cafe and Miss Saigon that lend us their outdoor space so that we can do the Gringo Bingos outside when we have too many people. And then before we leave, I need to thank our sponsors.
Go ahead.
South Florida PBS. Thank you so much for continuing to be a sponsor, and I hope everybody will watch that upcoming show on August 18th at 7 p.m. And then Baraha Medical Institute, a Quigley eye specialist company, 2550 Douglas Road. They're great for everything, and I had a wonderful experience there, and I recommend them highly.
Right.
So
Before I close out, can
I what? Oh, wait. Are we talking about my banana nut bread?
Yeah, the reason I came into the show, Tommy, can you tell her the truth? I came in for
banana. Okay.
What kind of bread is
And
this?
look at. I made baby ones.
Okay, Tommy and I will split the baby.
You can
ones.
you can have one each.
Okay, Tommy and I will split
And
this.
then everybody else gets to. We cut the loaf.
Banana bread. What is this?
And this is what Adolfo missed out on because Adolfo loves to eat
Okay, what is this called?
banana nut bread.
Nut
Oh.
bread. Everybody, Gloria Burns, Grant Miller here. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining.